Hi, I'm so excited. We have a special guest today that's going to provide us lots of answers to questions we have on septic tanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Josh Philpot. I'm a registered environmental health specialist with the Washoe County Health District. I work within the land development program where we focus on well and septic installations, plan reviews, and everything that goes along with those projects.
So Josh, we have so many questions because we have a lot of buyers interested in purchasing vacant land and maybe in the future putting a home on there or a second dwelling. What are the requirements that somebody should know if they're going to build on a piece of land?
That's a great question. That's what we do every day in my office. If you come to us and you are looking to build a new home on vacant land, the process is pretty straightforward. You need to submit for a building permit. On that permit, you will include your proposed septic plan. How people get to that point, they need to know their bedroom count. So a 3-bedroom home, you're looking at a minimum 1,000-gallon septic tank. A 4-bedroom home will require a 1,200-gallon septic tank. A 5 or 6-bedroom home will require a 1,500-gallon septic tank. Along with that information, we do what is known as a test trench inspection, which is essentially you digging us a trench on the property to inspect. And based on what we see in there and soil characteristics that we could possibly determine or we would get from a perk test done in that trench, we would take that information, and that is how you determine the actual size of the leach field you need for your home. Any questions on that? When they're submitted to us, we do the review, and if we need to provide further clarification, we reach out to the applicant and let them know what is needed to make sure it's done properly.
Perfect. And that's actually really good information to know because I know some people assume that it's going to be super easy in installing everything.
Sure.
And that they find that they have a lot of obstacles to overcome first before they actually start building.
Yeah, the vacant lands are easier when you're building on a smaller property or property that already has something on it, whether it be an additional garage. A lot of times now people are looking to build second homes. There are more hoops you may have to jump through based on when the property's parceled out, the size of the property. If you're building second homes, you do require an additional tank and possibly an additional leach field or increasing the size of the existing leach field. So there are definitely a lot more things to know when you're going beyond just a home built on open vacant land.
If somebody is considering purchasing a new property, but let's say for example there's a septic tank on there, maybe hasn't been used in many years, what's your recommendation on that?
So if the tank had been previously installed and it's permitted and we have records that it should be there, the homeowner may possibly be able to utilize that tank. If they are buying property with a home already on it that has maybe sat for a couple of years because it's vacant, one thing we recommend is having the tank serviced. So there are companies throughout the community that you can hire. They'll come out, they can check the tank levels, they can run a camera through the tank and the leach field to see if things look like they're in proper working order. It's a good way to know if there's blockages, if the tank is not in good shape, because they can provide you some of that information when they do their services. If they find out that something looks awry, they can come to us and we can kind of help step in there as well and say, hey, this might not be the proper system, this might not be the system that was originally installed, in which case they may have to do some changes before it could be repurchased or built.
That's good to know. If someone is considering building a casita and second dwelling, they would definitely want to check with the health department to make sure that that's doable, right?
Correct. So that's kind of a 2-part process. We are involved in the septic. The planning department within the building area are the ones who decide if the structure can be built as a casita. They determine what counts as a second dwelling versus just another building on the property. If it is determined to be a casita or a livable space, then the health department does require that each building that is a livable space have its own septic tank. Minimum of 3 bedrooms, even if it's only on, say, a 1-bedroom loft or something like that.
I know many times I have had people mention, oh, I'll take my RV out there and live in there and maybe install a septic tank. Is that something that's allowed?
So you can have the RV on the property. That does happen quite often where people are building their space and they want to have somewhere to live while it's happening. However, if you are going to install a septic tank, we do require that it is tied to some kind of building it's going to serve. So you would have to have a building permit, maybe a garage with 1 bathroom in it that has a septic attached to it. That we would allow, but if you just want to pull up with an RV, build a septic tank, or put in a septic tank and build a leach field, we don't allow that because it has to have a building to serve as part of the permit process.
Let's say, for example, some of the areas in the Reno-Sparks area, for example, Palomino Valley, those homes have possibly 40 acres or more. If someone wanted to, let's say, build multiple homes on that 40-acre lot, what should they keep in mind if they are considering that?
So they would definitely have to come speak with the health district. We have people within our office who do parceling as part of their duties, and each parcel that's going to be made up would require a test trench done on each parcel, because the county will not let you break it into another parcel if a septic system can't be installed on there. So the test trench is done for each parcel that is broken up, and if it is shown that that parcel may not be able to support a septic system, they may not be able to do the map how they want it drawn. There are rules in terms of parcel size. No parcels that are currently being split up can be smaller than an acre. If you're going to be doing, say, a subdivision, there's a minimum of a 5-acre parcel that's required out of any land you want to break up.
Good to know. What are some tips, just on the top of your mind, that you would give a homeowner regarding septic and the process?
So basic maintenance is definitely something you want to look out for. Regular pumping or regular servicing. Keep chemicals out as much as you can. Obviously, you're going to have some things in your washing, dishes, clothing, and things like that, but no excess chemicals that don't need to be there. They can kill some of the microbes in the tank that need to be there to help with the treatment process. Don't flush things down the toilet that don't need to be flushed down the toilet. Just because it says flushable wipe, if you're on a septic, you're better off using it and tossing it into your regular trash. If you have a garbage disposal, keep a lot of organic foods out of there. No dumping up, say, a deep fryer down it. Try to keep coffee grounds out of it. Things that could possibly get into the tank and cause extra sludge layers or cause the process to break down and not work properly and lead to a failure of your system.
Well, thank you so much, Josh. All this information is wonderful, and I'm sure our audience, loves to hear from you. If you have any other questions, give us a message, DM, and we'll provide Josh's contact info for the Washoe County Health Department.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.